Machine is called the joiner. Basically what it is, it's a cutter head with 3 knives in it, and an in-feed table and an out-feed table. Has anybody ever seen a wood chipper on the side of the road? Or like the, tree guys? Same thing is inside their chipper is inside this. This is just bigger. Okay? And ours have the tables and a fence to hold the wood flat and square to that cutter head. Alright. The only thing you need to know about what you should touch on this machine is the on-off switch, really. Turn it on right here, turn it off right here. Right? You don't need to pull this back. You don't need to adjust this handle. You don't need to adjust any of these other things here unless, I come over and help you. It should be set so that every time you take a board and you run it across this machine, it takes off 1/16 of an inch. We can set it to take off more, we can set it to take off less, but I like to leave it at 1/16. That's a good amount of wood to take off. You're cutting off more than that, you have to go really slow. You're cutting off less than that, you have to do it a bunch of times to get a good result. Which, the more time you're using this, the more chance you have of something going wrong. So that's what I kind of like to do. As far as face joining your board, find out which part of it has the cup on it, and the cup goes up. Just like the drawing I had over on the board, the hump goes up. And I do just that? Okay. Now, can I put my hands like this and just run it through? I could. Is that a smart idea? No. Absolutely not. I definitely want something between this cutter head, this machine, and my hand. Something more secure to hold on to. So what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use this. It lives right there on the machine. Please put it back when you're done with it. It's called a push block. And basically, all you do with this is you hook it on the end of the board, and it gives you a good, solid, secure handle to hold on to the board and push it through the machine. Okay? You actually physically have to push the board through the machine while it's cutting, just like the table saw. Okay? Chop saw, the board stays still, and the saw moves. Table saw, the saw stays still and the board moves. The same thing with this. Okay? And there used to be, I don't see it. Over here. I don't see it. They're probably in the back. There's little white handles with a pad on the bottom. That's what I would use in the front of this. Kind of hold on to it up front. All right. Make sure that your hands never go directly above this cutter head. See this red label that's on here that's kind of bolted to it, riveted to it? Make sure your hands never go over that. If your hands don't go over that area, you're not in any danger of that cutter head. This guard will not keep your hand from going in there. As you can all see, it moves. It's supposed to move. The purpose of this is not to keep things out of there. The purpose of this is to let you know that there's something under there that you don't want to mess with, especially while it's running. Can it cut you while it's slowing down? Yes. Can it cut you while it's speeding up? Yes. Can it cut you while it's not even on if you reach your hand in there and grab it real quick? Yes. Those knives are like razor blades. And maybe not anymore, but I'll sharpen them and they will be like razor blades. And so this, don't fool with it. Just leave it. Teenage boys like to hang things out of their pockets, like that. Some teenagers. Okay? Or have your shirts untucked and your pants hanging down. Okay? Anything that's loose that could get caught in this cutter head, you definitely want to tuck that away. Okay? Tucking your shirt a little bit. Get rid of your strings hanging down, all your things. You see me, this is attached to my belt and it's in my pockets. It's not a big deal. But days when I wear a tie, I wear an apron over it, I tuck the tie in. If I am wearing a tie and I lean over this and my tie gets sucked in there, what goes in there right after that? The rest of me. Because the ties around my neck. Alright? Not that any of you wear ties to school, but maybe football days or something, I don't know. Or necklaces, big long necklaces. Hey, nobody in here's got long hair, but if we had a kid that decided to grow their hair like this long, gotta tie it back. You don't want that going in there. Any other questions? Well, as far as like dress or other safety. Okay. Operation. I'm going to turn the machine on, and I'm going to slowly push the board all the way through it, making sure that my hands never go over this area.